Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, we've got good news. I think we've got good news. Having said that, I don't know. I'm going to leave it up to you a little bit, ladies and gentlemen, because I know not everybody might agree with me here. I suppose the best thing we can say about it is, in the context of Ultra Pro, it's not too bad. You see, what we've got is a new range of Alcove Click deck boxes. And these are actually kind of cool. They're not amazing, they're not the best things in the world, but they're kind of cool. And they feature generations, 2, 6, and 7. Although the way they've arranged it on the screen is 2, 7, and 6. And I'm not entirely sure why it's 2, 7, and 6. That doesn't make a huge amount of sense. But having said that, last time they gave us 1, 4, and 8. So, I don't know. Maybe this makes more sense. Now, last time we had these, they were retailing for $35 each. So we can assume they're probably going to retail for $35 again. And what we've basically got here are big, chunky deck boxes that can fit a bunch of cards in. And then there's basically little badges you can attach to the deck box, hopefully featuring one of your favorite Pokemon, which is kind of cool. So if we go generation by generation, then we can start off with Gen 2, where you've got your choices of, you got the first partner Pokemon, your Chikorita, your Cyndaquil, and your Totodile. And then you've got Togepi. And we can see here what it looks like. There's a big, what am I going to call it? A big flap that goes all the way over. But one of the cool things about this, of course, if you take a look, it's actually got a big space for you to grab your deck and pull it out. No turning the deck box upside down or struggling to get it out. One of the things I do like about these, you can actually get your deck box out of these pretty easily. And I do appreciate that. So yeah, this is kind of cool. We've then got the Generation 6, which, again, you've got a very similar thing going on. You've got your first partner Pokemon, your Froakie, your Fennekin, and your Chespin. But then we do need a fourth, and the fourth here is Dedenne. And again, Dedenne does make a huge amount of sense, given, of course, that everyone loves Dedenne. Dedenne, when you talk about Gen 6, you're talking about one of the best, one of the most popular Pokemon around. And then we go to Gen 7, we go to Alola, and we've got ourselves your first partner Pokemon, your Poplio, your Litten, and your Rowlet. And then we've also got ourselves Mimikyu. Because again, Mimikyu's kind of cool. Everybody loves Mimikyu. It does stress me out ever so slightly that of the 3 generations they've chosen here, 2 gave one of the first partner Pokemon to Legends Arceus, but one of them didn't. And I don't know, there's just something about that makes me a little bit sad. We're still waiting for the Oshawott Alco Flip deck box. Never mind. And look, I give Ultra Pro a lot of grief about the products that they release, because a lot of them aren't very good. And these aren't perfect and stunning, let's be clear. But I do think, compared to your average product, these are pretty cool. Now, design-wise, I'm not loving them, let's be clear. Basically, if you have a look at the wording, you'll see the Johto one just says Pokemon Johto over and over again. The Alola one says Pokemon Alola over and over again. And the Kalos one says Pokemon Kalos over and over again. It's not hideously inventive. They are a particular colour. They've got the Pokemon TCG logo on the top. And then you've got the little buttons you attach, which feature the generic Kentagamori artwork of the particular Pokemon. They're fine, but they are very much not much more than fine. If we're talking from a design standpoint, again, the Japanese deck boxes are so gosh darn cheap, and there's just so many out there. We've just seen a release of ones like the Lucas and Dawn deck box from Gen 4. We've got things like the first partner Pokemon deck box. I've recently had at my house at my proxy address arrive, the Trainer Lodge deck box. We've got stuff like the Umbreon deck box, and of course I've made no secret of the fact that my very favourite among them is the Psycho Soda deck box, because it's amazing. So look, there are a whole bunch of amazing deck boxes out there. What I will say is, if we don't look at the aesthetic design here, and we just look at actually the function of the deck box, these are big sturdy deck boxes that are quite easy to get your deck out and can fit a whole bunch of cards in. They do not look as cool as the stuff coming out of Japan, and I'm not going to pretend for a second that they do, but if you're looking from a pure kind of function point of view, these are big, sturdy, high-quality deck boxes that it's quite easy to get your cards in and out of, and that's not nothing. I'm not going to buy and use these at tournaments, and I ain't going to lie to you and say that I am. This is not for me. I'm going to be using my Psycho Soda one, as I've told you on a number of occasions. I ain't lying to you, ladies and gentlemen. I've been telling you the truth the whole time. But if you are looking for a big, sturdy deck box that's quite easy to get your cards in and out and all of that, yeah, you can do a lot worse. I don't like much of the stuff that Ultra Pro makes, and I personally am not going to be buying this, but I can see a much better argument for this than I can for most things. Now, what else is extremely cool here is that we've seen a bunch of stamped promos being revealed and given out over in Japan. Now, this was shared on Twitter by Kosei PAPA_poke, and basically what we've got is a bunch of Organiser promos. Now, there are 9 in total that are available. Only 7 of them have actually been shared over on Twitter. We believe, and I cannot prove this, and I cannot say this for absolute certainty, so please take this with a gigantic pinch of salt, but I believe the last couple here are Professor Sada, or Professor's Research Sada, and Professor's Research Turo. No, I can't prove that. No, I cannot say that for absolute certain. Yes, I absolutely could be wrong. But firstly, that's the rumour I'm hearing. And secondly, that would make sense, right? Because what we've got here is just a bunch of trainer cards. A bunch of good playable trainer cards coming through with the tournament logo on them, or the Organiser logo, or however you want to phrase it. So we've got Nest Ball, which we all know moving forward is going to be a staple in kind of basically every deck moving forward, because Quick Ball's rotating out, and this is largely what we're going to be stuck with. This is an extremely cool card. We've got the reprint of Crushing Hammer, which we all know is a very cool card and lets you get rid of energy and all of that good stuff. So that's a very cool card that a lot of people are going to like, and this stamped promo is one of the coolest versions of it. We've got the reprint of Rare Candy, which again, it's Rare Candy. For Stage 2 decks, and now that EXs are the correct stage, I think it's fair to say that, Stage 2 decks and therefore Rare Candy are going to become an awful lot more relevant. This is extremely cool, having this lovely stamped Rare Candy. We've got the new version of Switch. And again, it's Switch. No one's getting excited about Switch. Switch is not an exciting card. I don't think that is a controversial statement. However, as far as Switch goes, this is probably the coolest version of Switch, or at least the coolest version of the new version of Switch, if that makes any sense. The coolest version of the Switch reprint in Scarlet and Violet, this is the coolest version of that Switch reprint. So that's rather lovely. We've got Experience Share, which is getting a lovely reprint here. And again, I'm not going to come out to you and say that Experience Share, that's the one that gets you an energy from a KO'd Pokemon. I'm not going to tell you that Experience Share is all of a sudden going to be this amazing card that everybody is going to put into their decks. But I absolutely am telling you that this is a very good card that is going to see some play and a whole bunch of people are going to like. And that, I think, makes it extremely relevant. We got Jacques. One of the new cards, one of the new characters that is extremely cool. Lets you search your deck for 2 evolution Pokemon, pop them in your hand. Well, jump to your opponent, pop them in your hand, shuffle your deck. Again, not talking about some kind of absolute staple in every deck kind of card, but we are talking about a very cool card that I would expect to see a bunch of play. And then we've got Muscle Band. That's back as well. Just lets you do an extra 10 damage. Again, it's a cool card that I expect to see a bunch of play. And these are all coming along with this lovely stamp. And, they're called Organiser promos. You want to know how to get them? They're being given out to event organisers, which is kind of amazing. Now, I'm not entirely sure when these are going to really be sent out to everyone. At that point, we'll find out what the other two are. Again, I am hearing credible rumours that the last two are going to be Professor Sada and Turo, Professor's Research. Unfortunately, I can't actually tell you for certain that they are going to be. I think they are, and certainly they make the most sense, but I can't tell you for certain. It's a rumour / prediction that makes a lot of sense, but that is unfortunately the best I can tell you. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, this is extremely cool. I am absolutely delighted. You should be absolutely delighted. This is awesome. So yeah, event promo or event organizer promos over in Japan, and some deck boxes over here that, although not essential, might just be the best thing Ultra Pro are putting out right now, and that alone is pretty gosh darn cool. But you know the deal, ladies and gentlemen. It's over to you guys now. I want to know what you think about all of this, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Pokemon and a whole bunch of other things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel. You can get some bonus podcasts where I answer all of your questions. You can join a Discord and chat with us about Pokemon or anything else. And you can get shout-outs on the channel, like the lovely Dark1313, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and seems to be a very lovely person. So thank you very much for the support and for being a very lovely person. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.